Welcome to class, everybody. My name is Angel. We're going to get started for this Vinyasa class today in a wide-legged child's pose. So bringing the knees, let's say, mat's width distance apart. You'll bring your big toes to touch, and from here you'll walk your hands forward towards the top of your mat, letting the torso, the chest, and the forehead sink towards the ground. And then allowing the body to soften here, finding some rest, finding some relaxation. Let the elbows sink to the ground as you relax the arms and the upper body. Take a moment to observe the state of your hips here. Throughout class today, we'll be opening up the hips quite a bit, so already we're getting started in a real mild hip opener. If you have sensitive knees, you may always take a blanket and slide it underneath your knees. If you have sensitive ankles, you might always roll up your blanket and slide it underneath your ankles. And we'll take the first few moments of class here to let the eyelids grow heavy and maybe the eyes close all the way if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, we'll keep the gaze softly open, maybe looking at the tip of your nose or down towards your mat. Begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. It might be soft and gentle as we just start class. But in time, you'll begin to deepen this breath. And a tool that really helps me that I would like to introduce here is I like to count my breaths. With your inhale, you'll count 5. And with your exhale, you'll count 5. So really exaggerated, really long and expansive breath. You'll continue counting in your own head each inhale for 5. And each exhale for 5. You might envision yourself sending this breath into the back of your body, into the back of your lungs, and the back of your ribs. If you haven't already, you'll invite a gentle constriction into the back of the throat, activating our Ujjayi pranayama. It translates as warrior's breath, and it can often translate as victorious breath. So the way it works, if you're new to this breath practice, you can imagine that you're looking at yourself in your bathroom mirror, and then you try and fog up the mirror with your mouth open. You can even take a few rounds of breath like that, imagining that your yoga mat was your bathroom mirror, fogging it up. The only difference is that you maintain that same constriction on the inhale and the exhale. So there's a lot of sound, a lot of vibration to this breath. And once you feel confident, you'll seal the lips and maintain that in through the nose and out through the nose, 5 seconds each. Now with your next breath in, you're going to walk both hands to the right, maybe even coming off of your mat, and you might stack your left hand on top of your right, and you might even interlace your fingers here. You'll pull the left fingertips up and over to the right as you draw the left sit bone towards the back of your mat, finding lots of length through the left side body. Take an inhale to fill up. And with your exhale, think about dropping the left shoulder a little closer to the ground, receiving that nice lat stretch. We'll take another round of breath here. And with your next breath in, release the interlace of your fingers, walk your palms through center, and as you exhale, we'll crawl off to the left. This time you might stack your opposite hand on top of your left, so your right hand on top of your left. You might even interlace your fingers like you're holding your own hand. Drop the forehead to the ground, pull the right sit bone back, find length through the right side body. Take a deep breath in to expand. And as you exhale, see how well you can guide the right shoulder girdle a little closer to the ground. We'll take one more cycle just like this. And with your next breath in, release the interlace of your hands and walk your hands to center. As you exhale, you'll lift the seat away from the heels, arriving into a tabletop position. So you'll walk your hands back, bring the knees, hips width distance apart. Now we're going to work on the wrists a little bit because we're going to move into some arm balances in a few moments. So we're going to start by turning the palms around. So the palms are still pressing into the ground, but the fingertips point towards the knees. Heels of the hands now are pointing towards the top of your mat. Now, if this is a little too much for you right away, or you feel any kind of pinching pain in the wrists, then another option would be to bring the heels of the hands towards one another and fingertips out wide, kind of simulating the shape of a peacock or something like that. Otherwise, fingertips will point towards the knees. Now from here, we'll tuck the toes under and begin to shift the weight back towards the heels. See how well you can keep the palms grounded into the ground. If your fingertips are pointed outwards rather than towards the knees, then simply shift your weight from one side and then even it out, shift to the other side. Take your final breath in. And as you exhale, shift your weight forward, back towards center if you were shifting left and right. You'll untuck the toes once again. Keep the hands as they are. Only adjust if you're feeling any sharp pain through the wrists. Think about spreading the fingers well and especially stretching out through the thumbs. With an inhale, the belly drops. Take a micro bend to the elbows as you draw the chest between the biceps. And as you exhale, press the ground away. Lift the back of the heart high to the sky as you draw the chin into the chest, doming through the upper back. Inhale, belly drops, gaze forward. Exhale, press the ground away, suctioning the navel up and into the spine, beginning to activate the core. Inhale, the belly drops. Exhale, press it away. About two more like this on your own, beginning to find your own rhythm, beginning to marry each movement to your breath. And with your next inhale, we'll find neutral tabletop position, neutralizing the spine and flipping the hands around so the fingertips point forward. Now from here, we're going to decompress the top of the wrist. So you'll start by taking the right palm, flip it upside down, back of the palm presses into your mat. Work your right elbow straight and either stay here or tuck your toes under, begin to shift your weight back. Only going as far as really feels okay in your body. Take time to listen to what your body needs. Take a breath in. And with an exhale, come forward. Flip the right palm upside down. We'll take the next side. Left hand flips over. Fingertips point towards the knees. Work both elbows straight. Take an inhale breath. And you can stay or begin to shift your weight back once again. Only if it feels good. There's no need to move further than what is actually comfortable for your body. With an inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, neutral tabletop. Spread the fingers well, stretch well through the thumbs, and keeping the toes tucked under here, you're gonna hover the knees just an inch off of the ground. With an inhale breath, right toes lift as you draw your right knee to your nose. Stay for your exhale, press the hands into the ground, keep the left knee low. Take an inhale breath. Exhale to release the right toes back. Inhale, left knee to the nose. Stay for your exhale breath. Keep the right knee low, hands press. Inhale here. Exhale, take it back. With your next breath in, keeping that engagement in the core, you'll send the hips all the way up and back as you guide the chest towards the tops of the thighs. Again, continue to spread the fingers well, stretching out through the thumbs. And since this is our first down dog of class, maybe for some of us, first down dog of the day, we're gonna start by taking a gentle bend into the knees. That way we have more space to guide the chest towards the tops of the thighs, focusing on opening up through the shoulder girdle a little bit better. Now we want the palms outer shoulder width distance apart, feet about hips width distance apart. And you'll spiral the toes in and the heels out so that the inner thighs look up towards the sky, the ceiling. And then you'll draw the chin into the chest, looking in between the thighs. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here. Return to that 5 count breath. Hug the navel up and into the spine. Keep the core strong. Deep breath in. Last exhale. With your next inhale, lift high onto your tippy toes. And as you exhale, tiptoe real slow all the way up towards your hands at the very top of your mat. Take your time arriving here. There's no rush. You'll plant the feet hips width distance apart once you arrive. Keep that bend into the knees. Grab a hold of opposite elbows and let the torso sway and dangle side to side for ragdoll pose. Let the neck relax and the head to grow heavy. You might nod the head yes, shake it no. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, release your fingertips to the ground. With an inhale, we'll half lift the spine, palms walk up the shins or thighs. As you draw the shoulders away from the ears, exhale here and hug the navel up and into the spine. You may keep a gentle bend into the knees here. Take another inhale, reaching forward through the crown of the head. Exhale to forward fold. From here, heel toe your feet wide, mats width distance apart. Big toes point outward at a 45-degree angle, heels clock inwards. From here, we'll take a seat for yogi squat malasana or garland pose. Now you'll bring your elbows to the insides of your knees, palms come together in front of the heart. Take an inhale to lift the sternum, lift the crown of the head, and as you exhale, draw the palms in towards your chest as you simultaneously press the elbows into the knees. If you have a hard time bringing your heels all the way to the ground, you may take a blanket, roll it up, and slide it underneath your heels. Okay. Take another breath in here, and with your exhale, begin to activate the glutes. So now we're energetically pulling the knees further away from one another, and you'll remove your elbows from in between the knees, but keeping them from dropping inwards towards one another. Keep the outer hips strong and engaged. Take a breath in just like this. And as you exhale, release the hands to the ground. Keep the knees far apart. With an inhale, send the seat to the sky. Exhale, fold. Keep the feet exactly as they are. Inhale, half lift the spine just like before, only that the toes are pointing outwards and the feet are a little wider. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Again, keep the legs as they are. With an exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart. Now we're gonna move through a few sun salutations, but keeping the legs as they are. First time we'll go nice and slow so we start to build this pattern in our body and get used to these new movements. Inhale, sweep the palms out and up. With an exhale, we'll take a back bend. Send the hips forward, lift the chest as you reach the thumbs into the space behind you. Stay for an inhale. Stay for an exhale. Inhale, rise tall, bring the shoulders to stack the hips, hug the low ribs and the navel in. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. You may bring a micro bend into the knees. Inhale, half lift the spine. Exhale, malasana. From here, we'll plant the palms down about a foot in front of the feet. Little wider than shoulder width distance apart, so about in line with the feet. With an inhale, lift high onto the tippy toes. Now beginning to take chaturanga arms, bending into the elbows, look forward, begin to shift your weight forward, and the knees will rest on the shelf of your triceps and elbows. Squeeze the toes towards one another. Take an inhale breath, lift through the upper back. Stay for your exhale. Build strength, build heat. Take another breath in. As you exhale, flex the feet, release them back down, Malasana. Now, if you need, take a moment to bird beak the hands, so pointing the fingertips towards the forearms to release the top of the wrists. Continue to press the elbows into the knees while we're at it to keep the hips opening. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, plant the hands back down to the ground, just where they were from before. Now from here, we're gonna lift the seat away from the ground just enough to step the right foot back and then the left, coming into a high plank pose. Okay, so from here, think about grounding into the pinky toes, spiraling the inner thighs towards the ceiling. You'll lift the upper back towards the sky as you suction the navel up and into the spine. Stabilizing through the core, take a breath in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale to come high onto the tippy toes, shifting the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, lower just halfway. Squeeze the elbows in. Untuck the toes, inhale. Upward facing dog. Stay for an exhale breath here. The thighs and the knees are lifted off of the ground. Take a micro bend into the elbows. Wrap the elbows in, fingertips spiral out. Then straighten out through the arms, lift the sternum, maybe a gentle upward gaze. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, using the core, send the hips up and back. Roll over the toes when you're ready. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Reset the breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, this time, hop your feet forward, stepping them wide straight into Malasana. Toes point outward at a 45. If it takes you a moment to adjust your feet to get here, not a problem at all. Palms together in front of the heart. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the hands. Inhale, send the hips to the sky, lengthening the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, keep the legs as they are. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep the palms out and up, rise tall. Exhale, hands together in front of the chest. With the breath, inhale, palms out and up. Exhale, take your back bend. Inhale, rise, strong in the core, hug the navel in. Exhale, forward fold. Again, gentle bend in the knees is welcome. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this time plant the hands, keep the hips high. Crow pose as you breathe in, high onto the tippy toes, knees onto the triceps, squeeze the toes together. As you exhale, press the upper back to the sky, shoot the feet back straight into your chaturanga. Untuck the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Down dog, roll over the toes when you're ready. 3 breaths. So as you can see, there's a couple of real powerful and real challenging moves, but we have moments to collect ourselves and to gather our breath and to rest. Maybe down dog isn't exactly a great example for a resting pose, but in the forward folds, for example. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, hop it to Malasana. You know, it's kind of one of those pet peeves when teachers in class say, yeah, down dog, it's your resting pose, because it's not, it's challenging. Anyway, inhale, palms together in front of the heart. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, send the hips to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Again, exhale, fold. Really working the hamstrings here. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale the palms out and up. Exhale your back bend. Inhale, rise tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, small bend in the knees. Inhale, crow pose, use the core, puff the upper back. Exhale, chaturanga, shoot it back. Untuck the toes, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Find your rhythm, 5-second counts. Notice how the body already begins to change, how things begin to become easier the more and more we do them. We build patterns, we build habits, and things become familiar. It's good. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, hop through Malasana. Inhale, hands together in front of the heart, spread the knees wide, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, send the hips to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. We're gonna take one more, we got this. Inhale the palms out and up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lift it tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Inhale, crow pose, strong core. Exhale, chaturanga, shoot it back, nice and strong. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Stay as you are. I'm just going to turn myself around on my mat for this next part that we're going into. Drop the head, let the neck relax. And from here, bring your big toes to touch. With an inhale, send your right foot high to the sky for 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, bend the knee and stack the hips, pointing the knee to the sky and squeezing your heel to your glute. We'll begin to draw circles with the right knee, just hydrating through the right hip joint as we invite some movement. And switch the direction of your circles, non-habitual pathway, the awkward, the uncomfortable way. With an inhale breath, re-extend the legs, square the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger's pose. Stay for a breath in, lift. Stay for a breath out. Inhale, re-extend, right foot high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Stay for a breath in, lift. Stay for a breath out. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Stay for a breath in, lift. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, option attention to the fingertips as you step your right foot in between your hands. Now, if the right foot doesn't make it all the way through in between your hands, you may always shimmy your right toes further forward towards the top of your mat. Now from here, we'll tap the left knee down and untuck the left toes. If you have a block or a couple of books, you may take them and place them just beside your right foot on the inside of your right big toe. Right hand comes to the inside of your right foot. We'll shift the left shin bone so that it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. With an inhale, sweep the left hand high to the sky for modified extended side angle. Good. So lots of energy through the left fingertips, and I like to keep my right fingertips tented here so that I can think about finding length in all areas of my body. Then, with an inhale, using the core, press the right foot into the ground, lift all the way up into modified warrior two, and bring your hands to your hips as you exhale. Now, inviting an anterior tilt to the pelvis, you'll point the tailbone out away from the midline. You'll draw the shoulder blades together along the back of the body, and at a diagonal to the top left corner of the mat, we'll fold. Think about continuing to drop the hips down towards the ground and forward towards the top of your mat, and energetically keep the outer hips active as you work your right knee away from your midline. Let the head drop. Deep breaths in. With an inhale, you'll walk your hands back in. And as you exhale, shift the left shin bone so it's long once again. Left palm plants directly underneath your left shoulder. You may always place it on a block or on books if you have it. Just to neutralize the spine, we'll take an inhale into a twist. Sweep the right hand to the sky. And as you exhale, take it down, frame your right foot. Hands walk their way back as you lengthen out through the right leg, flexing the right toes well. Take an inhale, half lift the spine, and with an exhale, forward fold over the right leg. 3 breaths here. Think about energetically drawing the right hip back. You'll inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. 3 breaths here. With an inhale, you'll rebend into your right knee and walk your way forward back to the top of your mat. Plant the palms down nice and strong under the shoulders. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee. With an inhale, step the right foot all the way back. Now we're in plank pose, a traditional vinyasa. Inhale, shift the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway. You're always welcome to skip these, by the way. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, send it up and back. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. I'll turn myself around once again. Stay as you are. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, send the left foot high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee and stack the hips. Squeeze the left heel to the glutes, point the left knee to the sky, and we'll draw circles with the left knee. And maybe right away, you'll switch directions and take that non-habitual pathway, the non-habitual direction. Inhale to re-extend the leg and square the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger's pose. Stay for an inhale, lift a little higher. Squeeze it in as you exhale. Next breath in, re-extend the left heel high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Stay for this breath in. Stay for this exhale. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Stay for your inhale. Squeeze it in as you exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, step the left foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Tap the right knee all the way down and untuck the toes. Left knee stacks directly above your left ankle. And then both hands to the inside of your left foot. Once again, option to take a block or books if you have it, just inside of your left foot. You'll shift the right shin bone so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. With an inhale, modified extended side angle, extend the right hand to the sky. Spread the right fingers well, lots of energy here. Take an inhale breath. Stay for your exhale. Allow the left hip to open as you energetically work the left hip further off to the left by engaging the outer hips and the glutes. Then stamping the left foot into the ground with an inhale, rise all the way up, modified warrior two. Exhale, hands to your hips. Now, from here, you'll squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift the sternum, anterior tilt to the pelvis, point the tailbone away, hip bones forward. Take a breath in, and with your exhale at a diagonal, fold to the top right corner of your mat. Drop the head between the biceps. Maybe look at your right big toe and continue to work the left knee away from your midline. The left hips stay active here. The left glutes are active. Your next breath in, you'll walk your hands back in. And as you exhale, you'll shift the right shin bone so it's long once again. Right hand plants underneath your right shoulder on blocks or a book. Inhale, sweep the left hand high, finding a twist. Exhale, left hand frames your left foot. From here, walk both hands back as you lengthen out through your left leg and flex the toes so they're pointing towards your shins. Take an inhale, half lift the spine, energetically draw the left hip back. Exhale, fold. 3 breaths. With an inhale, you'll walk your way forward, rebending into your left knee. Both hands plant down. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. Inhale, step the left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, option to skip. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're gonna get a little bouncy and a little funky here. Take an inhale, step the right foot high. Exhale, knee to nose, step the right foot in between both hands at the top of your mat. Now this time, left heel spirals down to the ground, right hand to the inside of your right foot. With an inhale breath, sweep the left hand high for extended side angle, and you're welcome to stay just like this. No need to go any further here, but if you want that extra challenge, you'll wrap the left arm around your low back. And from here, so you can stay in this half bind or full bind. Right arm wraps underneath your right leg, left hand grabs onto your right wrist. Maybe Jnana Mudra, connecting your right index finger and thumb. Take an inhale breath, work the left elbow straight. And as you exhale, begin to straighten out through your right leg, just seeing how far you can go. It doesn't need to straighten out all the way. We're just checking in with our body. We're just checking in with sensation. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, rebend into your right knee, gaze to your right big toe. We'll begin to heel toe the right foot towards the top of the mat, maybe a couple hops, maybe simply one forward. Now, This is the part that gets funky. So typically we would step into the left foot and rise into bird of paradise, but instead ground into your right foot. Work the right leg straight, lift high onto your left tippy toes. Maybe you can begin to lift the left foot off of the ground. Maybe you take something like a standing splits variation and you extend the left foot all the way to the sky. Whew. That's really challenging even for me. I don't necessarily have this pose mastered yet. I just wanted to give it a try for class today since we're kind of prepped for it here. Woo. Right glutes are tired. So once you've had enough play, you'll release the left foot back down to the ground. Step the left foot back, and we're all going to meet in that extended side angle variation we were in. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, left hand lowers down to the ground. Pivot the left heel so it lifts. Take an inhale, sweep the right hand high, taking our twist. Exhale, both hands down to the ground, frame your right foot. Inhale, work the right leg straight. Exhale to fold. Now, if it feels more comfortable, you're welcome to shorten your stance, stepping the left foot closer and grounding into your left heel. For a little more opening through the right calves, you'll flex the right toes, lifting the ball mounds and toes off of the ground. With each breath in, think about finding a little more length in the spine. And with each exhale, think about folding a little more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to walk both hands to the right, and you'll point the right toes off to the right as well. Now you might even come onto the outer edge of your left foot, so now all 10 toes are pointing towards the right side of the mat, getting into the IT band and glutes a little more. Now you might stay like this or explore a little, bend and straight through the right knee, see how that feels in your body. And breathe. And with an inhale breath, we'll walk our way back to the top of the mat. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, step the right foot back, plank pose. Option to Vinyasa, option to skip. We'll meet in a down dog. All right, inhale, left foot high. Exhale, knee to nose, step the left foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Right heel spirals down, so the left heel is in line with the right foot's arch. Left hand to the inside of the left foot, option to use blocks or books. If not, I like to tent into my left fingertips. With an inhale, sweep the right hand high to the sky for extended side angle. Now, the left glutes are active this entire time. We're working the left glutes, we're engaging the left glutes to work the left knee away from the middle of your mat, so off to the left. Now you can stay here or half bind the right arm around your low back. And maybe you stay here, this is enough, or full bind. Wrap the left arm underneath your left leg. Left hand grabs onto your right wrist. Maybe Jnana Mudra as you connect the right index finger and thumb. Now, from here, as you breathe in, work the left leg straight. Now, this is going to work if you're also in your extended side angle variation without a bind. We're just checking in with the left hamstrings. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, rebend the left knee, gaze to your left big toe. You'll begin to heel toe or hop your right foot towards the top of your mat. Grounding into your left foot, you'll come high onto the right tippy toes, and maybe this is as far as you go, or maybe you begin to hover the right foot off of the ground. Keep the gaze at something that isn't moving, and little by little work the right foot towards the sky. Woo. Yeah, some days are better than others. Balance, man. It's challenging. If anyone knows what this is called, call me up and let me know. You'll take a breath in. And hopefully with a little more control, the knee, you'll lower the right foot back down to the ground. You'll step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, we meet an extended side angle. And as you exhale, right hand underneath your right shoulder. Lift the right heel, take an inhale, sweep the left foot high. And as you exhale, frame the left foot. Inhale, lengthen out through the left leg. Exhale to fold. You may step the right foot closer in and ground into your heel for more stability. For more opening through the back of the left leg, you'll flex the left toes, lift the ball mound off the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. With an inhale breath, you'll half lift. As you exhale, walk both hands to the outside of the left leg, pivot all 10 toes to point to the left. Getting into the IT band and outer hips, take an inhale to lengthen the spine. As you exhale, maybe you stay or you bend and straighten through the left knee until you find that position, that exact spot that feels really good. With an inhale breath, we'll walk our way back to the top of the mat. And as you exhale, both hands to the ground. Inhale, plank pose. Option to Vinyasa, we'll meet in down dog. And from down dog, you'll tap both knees down for child's pose. You're welcome to take the same child's pose we started class with, or option this time to bring your knees together. Take this time to tune into your breath, checking in and observing what has changed in your body since the very beginning of class. Maybe even taking time to thank yourself for accomplishing all that you have accomplished so far. And then we return to those 5-second inhales and 5-second exhales. Nice and easy, nice and gently. We'll walk the hands back in, lifting ourselves up into a nice tall seat. And then we'll swing the legs forward out in front of us. Coming into a cross-legged seat, we'll start by crossing the left shin bone in front of the right. Now this is a really loose cross-legged seat, so the heels, well, essentially we're working the shin bones to be something like parallel to one another. And then we'll frame the right thigh. Take an inhale to lift. And as you exhale, fold at a diagonal to the top right corner of your mat. And eventually you'll release your forehead to your right knee. Maybe interlace your fingers and let the elbows release to the ground. If you would like a little more intensity in this outer hip stretch, you're welcome to take your left hand to your left thigh or knee and press it down. Gently with an inhale, we'll lift back up into a tall seat. And as you exhale, we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So now the right shin bone sits in front. You'll frame the left thigh. Take an inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to walk it at a diagonal to the top left corner of your mat. You'll interlace the fingers as you release the forehead to your left knee and the elbows to the ground. Again, if you would like that extra level of intensity, right hand to the right knee or thigh and press down. With an inhale breath, we'll lift back up to center. And as you exhale, you'll uncross the legs, scoot your way forward if you need to on your mat, and lower all the way down onto your back. Apanasana will draw the knees into the chest and give a gentle rock side to side, massaging the low back, the sacrum, the SI joints, those two little divots on the left and the right side of the spinal column in the low back. And then reaching in between the knees, happy baby pose. You'll either grab onto your calves, shin bones, or ankles, maybe outer edges of your feet, or yogi toe lock around your two big toes. Now keep the low back grounded. Then from there, you'll work the soles of the feet up to the sky. Now the hips are quite open today, so you might find a little ease doing this, maybe more than normal. Well, that's good. You have the chance and the opportunity to track your progress. Maybe a gentle and playful rock from side to side. You might even bring a smile to your face, imagining you yourself were a happy baby. Maybe playing by straightening one leg long and the other, or even both at the same time. Again, the hamstrings are also quite open, so it might be nice to check in. Take one more inhale. With an exhale, you'll release your happy baby. Hug your knees back into your chest. Now from here, we'll keep the right knee close and extend the left leg long. You'll shift the hips off to the right, let's say an inch or two, and you'll drop your right knee off to the left for a supine twist. Right arm reaches off to the right, and if it feels all right in your neck, you'll look towards the right fingertips. Left hand can stay at your right knee, or maybe you reach for your right toes. One last little IT band hamstring opener. Best as you can, you'll ground into the right shoulder blade here. And take one more breath in. And as you exhale, gently release. Unravel the spine as you arrive onto your back. Inhale the left knee into the chest, and as you exhale, extend the right leg long. Shift the hips to the left this time, about 2 inches, and you'll drop the left knee to the right. Right hand can stay on your left knee, or maybe you grab onto your your left big toes, and you'll send your left arm to the left. Take a breath in. And with an exhale, slow, gentle release. An inhale will bring both knees back into your chest. And as you exhale, wrap your arms around your legs. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders and the head away from the ground. As you exhale, in mouth, let it all go. And we release into our final pose. Feet hips width distance apart or wider. Hands face up on either side. And you drift off into your most natural rhythm of breath. And we allow ourselves to receive Shavasana. You are more than welcome to stay here for longer. You are welcome to click pause or turn your computer off and stay for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, you'll invite your awareness back into this space and back into your body, observing the points of contact between your body and the ground, observing any sounds there may be surrounding you. And when you feel ready, not a moment before, you'll begin to deepen your breath. Gentle movements in the fingertips and the toes. Maybe some rocking of the head side to side. You'll unlock the jaw, roll out the wrists, ankles. And with a big breath in, you'll send your arms overhead and point the toes. And a deep exhale. And bending into your knees, you'll roll off to the left or right side of your body for fetal pose. You may use your lower arm like a pillow for your head and press the opposite palm into the ground. Dedicating this moment to gratitude. With the eyes closed or a soft gaze towards the ground, you'll press yourself all the way up into a seat. And meet with the hands together in front of the heart and inviting a gentle tucking in of the chin as our symbol of respect towards this community. A symbol of respect towards this ancient practice, and a symbol of respect towards the journey that we are each on. The light in me sees, honors, and learns from the light in you. And to this light I bow. Namaste. All right. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed class, and I'll see you next time.